What is paper.li? I think this stands for Liechtenstein, but they're paperly. I guess it's something funny. They wanted to have something different than just com.com. And maybe it's cheaper. But the idea is that you sign up free to get started, and they give you a limited amount. It's been mentioned on Wall Street Journal, Mashable, all sorts of places. The idea is that they search the internet to match articles, websites, blog posts that are very close to what you typed in. For my example, I wanted digital portfolios. It's a specific phrase that does not appear everywhere, but I didn't want to go searching for it. And they go deeper than just a Google search, which gives you the first 10, and then the next page another 10. That's only 20 links. These guys go in, anything that's updated, they go and look for it. And maybe the video will help explain it a little bit. But it's a 1.5-minute video.
We heard that you can get and keep more customers with interesting content on your website, blog, social network pages, and e-newsletters. You say you don't have time for that stuff? Well, what if it was done for you automatically every day? Paper.li does just that. Paper.li helps you stand out by delivering fresh, relevant content for your business and making it easy to share everywhere.
Now, the point here is that they're set up to draw information so that you can select it to put it on your website. So then your website looks like it's very relevant. So anybody who is traveling, who were boomer related, would go, and it might be someone's post on Facebook that you never would have known because you're not a member of that.
Exactly.
But they found it and said, oh, it's something about a boomer who's traveling, and they do something interesting. Well, what I turned it into was, rather than put it on my website, I find an article and I can send it to a school counselor showing, because there's through this place, which is basically, you can find this if you go, what is Paper.li? There it is, yeah, like that. What I found was this guy. He does blogs. He's a professor who introduced his students to digital portfolios. He came up with the term domain of one's own. What's her name? Virginia Woolf, the writer, said you need a room of one's own. Every writer needs a room of one's own. Well, he came up with this concept of a domain of one's own, and it spells DOOM. Domains plus open badges. Badges are showing skills that you've got, and there's something called blockchain. It shows what you've learned better than a transcript. So that you've taken a course over at the art school, then you show some pictures that you did, and then maybe you show some posters that you did showing, maybe there's some commendations that Natty gives you. Those can all be linked together to show that you're making progress as an artist. And people can see that as part of your digital portfolio. The digital portfolio, and then blockchain and bit of trust. In the Bitcoin, peer-to-peer networks distribute and record a public ledger. These transactions are known as a blockchain. The public ledger uses this thing called Bitcoin.
I know.
You've heard of sharing each other. And it's bringing together open badges and blockchain. It's something called a bit of trust. In other words, it's portions of the amount of a skill or body of knowledge. And it shows, okay, I can do this. A Bitcoin can be divided into portions. A bit of trust can be portions or levels leading up to expertise. So it shows that you've gained, in the ability of being an artist. You've gained certain in composing or bringing together. You feel like Natty gives you a commendation.
Kind of like a progress report.
Yeah, exactly. And so students would be going through this also. And it's like the example that this guy gives. Imagine, where's it saying? You're you were the world's expert in making a peanut butter sandwich. If we could take all of the knowledge, skills, and needed to make a sandwich, there might be 1,000 bit of trusts. Therefore, if you're an expert, your credentials would continue to add value in your shares. So you'd be rated out of 1,000. So I didn't know about this idea, personal learning ledger. What a wonderful name, a learning ledger. It's not just, it suggests that you grow each day, not, oh, well, I've done my degree, I'm now trained. No, your ledger can improve daily. And
You could use that for the word digital too. I mean, you
Sure.
can say digital portfolio.
Digital portfolio becomes a digital ledger because the portfolio grows adding on, oh, here's a new skill that I add. Here's a new video that I just posted. And what's interesting with this photo that he's created here, you can see things that are important to him.
Oh,
he
right.
loves type styles,
Right.
right? And then I guess he's into different helmets, and he's a traveler, so he's got different coins. And this looks like
Birds.
little,
Knickknacks.
well, yeah, it could be Angry Birds, you know, little dolls from Angry Birds. But, and, you know, he likes coffee too. So each piece in here is part of something that's students are getting into with this thing called the digital portfolio. You put the things that are important to you in your typical. This is a kid who loves this photo. It says something about him. He's a tiger. He's going to go take over the world. That's a photo that's important to him. This is a bit about him. He gives his little bio here. And then he shows some of his works that he's been doing. And finally, he's written an essay about his internship, made a video. This is his video. And that's the kid. Do you feel motivated now to click on his resume?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people should have. Not just send a resume. I'm going to send the digital portfolio
that's very
saying,
good.
"This. Do you want to learn more? Click here." And people do want to learn more. So all of this was thanks to Paperly.
Really?
Paperly, because I wouldn't have known about this guy. This is not a counselor. This is just a teacher who wants to be able to show his students are gaining something.
Yeah.
And the way you show you're gaining is you show your progress. And people misplace their paper, but if it's in digital format, you'll always have it. And that's the value of this.
I have to